I forgot how relaxing and tranquil the music is on the title screen if you just leave it for a little bit. I kind of needed that, I'm sorry guys. I've really been in a mood for music lately. You can probably blame theater rhythm on that. Yes, I did get that for my 3DS, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. There's one type of fan service I'm never going to turn down, that would be music. I'm not kidding either. I'm about 40,000 Rhythmia points into it so far. So I haven't unlocked everything. I know there's probably still a ton of things left for me to get. I've only got one set of level 99 characters. Just found that there are the rainbow shards in the game, and I have an inkling about which character they're going to unlock too. Have unlocked 2 characters, Sid and Ash. I was really disappointed when I got Ash initially because I thought she was going to be Garnet. Garnet from Final Fantasy IX. Let's see here. You know, I kind of wish there was a few more Final Fantasy IX songs in that game. Like, don't get me wrong, like I said, I've only got 40,000 points at the moment, so I don't claim to have unlocked absolutely everything, so maybe some of the things I bring up right now are actually in the game. It's all just kind of hearsay at this moment. There are a few songs from the game, like the credits theme, and there's the Festival of the Hunt tune, which I love. Unfortunately, it's just a menu theme, but due to the nature of the game, I kind of understand they couldn't really use it anywhere. But really, and they've also got something to protect, which is a good song too. I'm not gonna lie, I enjoyed the moment where it was used, especially the first part of Disc 3. For anybody else who's played the game, you know what I'm talking about. But come on, really, you'll never be alone, or you'll never stand alone. That's you can't argue. That's one of the most cinematic songs in the entire game. Yeah, I get it. It's Garnet's lullaby. It's the song she sings. But really, I would have taken that over the credits music any day. It's just... I will say, though, the game has, in fact, given me some of the songs I wanted the most, and some songs I never heard of or completely forgot about, like Mount Gold. A kick-ass remake of Mount Gold, or Mount Giza. No, that's something else. I'm thinking of Giza Plains, which is also an absolutely fantastic song from that game. There's just something so powerful about it. It's so overbearing and booming. You don't think that would work for a field theme, but it does. And you know why? It makes the world seem big. It does its job of taking a relatively small areas and making them seem like overwhelmingly huge places. But then it has that little tranquil undertone to it. That really special sort of... Oh, I'm stuck in the sand. That really very calm woodwinds that I think it's about 1 minute and 50 seconds in when the flute chimes in. Do, 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 do. There's just, it juxtaposes so well with everything that came before it, and yet somehow it fits. It makes the world seem big, yes, but also magical at the same time, which I think is why the song works so well. And I could just talk about this shit for hours, man. I love music. Out of all the things I'm doing to make Miku's Lullaby, I think the music is going to be the only part that comes naturally to me. It's the only part I'm going to have the least trouble with. Now, I'm composing music for the game in my head right now. I'm thinking of a boss theme here. It's like the first part is a harmonica, but then it repeats again with a guitar, and the whole song is like those two instruments dueling against just one another. If you can imagine like the guitar battles in Guitar Hero, that's kind of what that song sounds like. Let's see here. I know I've mentioned before the... I'm stuttering again. At least it's better than saying it's, yeah, better than that, right? I wish. Anyways. Yeah, I have composed a few songs for the game so far. I downloaded Reason's 30-day trial, which is, and I composed a few songs while I had that on my computer. Now I'm currently trying to save up for the... Oh, right, I need a shell for that. What am I doing? I'm currently saving up for the full version of the program, which is going to set me back quite a bit, about $200 if I recall correctly. Jump! What the... You're kidding me. I can't pick up shells as a bee? Really? Well, if you say so. You learn something new every day, I guess. What was I have composed a few songs for the game already, but I'll be showing those when the time is right. I have a particular... Why did I do that? You know, you can play a game or you can commentate about it. You can't do both. You'd like to think you could, but you can't. You need... I'm sorry, dude. You don't have what it takes. You should quit, man. Yeah. I gave it my best. What? I said I did my best. And I didn't even need to do that. Ay. This episode is going fantastic, isn't it, guys? I'm having fun. I don't know about you. I'm having fun. Anywho. Oh, frig all. What was I even talking about? Final Fantasy? Yeah, I guess that's close enough, right? The reason I wish there was kind of more stuff from Final Fantasy IX in there, I am a little bit biased. I'm not even going to try to make that up. I'm seriously considering a Final Fantasy IX Let's Play. But, oh... See, the problem with it is I have a bit of a philosophy when it comes to Let's Playing. And that is you should try to make your footage somewhat unique. Diabetes was actually... well known for his thoughts on the matter, how Let's Playing has kind of become more about the commentator and less about the game. And if you think about it, there's a lot of truth in that statement. Even before I started this whole thing, one of the reasons I chose Okamiden as the game I wanted to do is because I want to Let's Play games that don't get Let's Played a whole lot, if at all, really. And I've got projects for really sort of obscure kind of things. Hence also why I do RTGs, because those are things you really don't get to experience a whole lot. And I wanted to share some of those experiences with other people. It's just all about being something resembling unique, I guess. Let's see, where's the last one? Oh. Hello down there. Is there something over here? So, the point I'm trying to make is, if I do end up doing a Final Fantasy IX Let's Play, it's probably going to be the 12-hour run. For those of you who don't know, there's a sword in Final Fantasy IX called the Excalibur II. And the only way to obtain said sword is to reach the final dungeon in the game in 12 hours or under. A feat that you can imagine is near impossible in a game designed to last you 60 or more. You have to beat it 5 times as fast as you normally would, and the only way you're even going to come close to making it is if you actually open the disc cover and close it again to skip all of the CGI cutscenes. It is that hardcore. Some things in this world are just never fun, no matter how many times you try. And trying to get the Excalibur II is one of them. I'm speaking from personal experience here. Trying to get that thing sucks. Ugh. It doesn't suck nearly as much as a star that takes you 8 minutes inadvertently, though, I'll tell you that much. Especially as we've discussed, you know, I happen to be in a hurry here. Oh, fuck it. We'll just take the short way this time. I honestly think it's faster to swim underwater in this game than it is above it or even walk on land sometimes simply because of the way you can handle the spinning. I wonder why you can't take it with you. I like how they had the foresight to actually delete the objects you're holding onto, like shells or power-ups, before you go into the animation. But still, Mario has the same basic skeleton. I don't imagine his 3D model is very complicated. I mean, you've got the fingers, but those are always in a fist, so it's not really that different anyway. Nobody's really examining... I mean, this is the Wii we're talking about, not the PC. Nobody's really examining this thing close enough to see that his fingers don't move an inch when he's carrying a shell as opposed to when he's holding his hat. Or just kind of, you know, running around. Oh, crap. I'm not doing this right now. I have no idea where that star is, and I'm not going to go bumbling around for 10 minutes trying to figure it out. You know what? Let's go fight Mecha Bowser. We kind of seem to be on a roll with the slow stars lately. One in particular, as I've stated before, I'm not looking forward to at all. You know, it's not that that one's even a long star. It's just every shot out of those sling pods have to be perfect. There are just a few things that I hate in video games. I know I've stated there are only a couple things I hate in life, period. Well, you know, compared to being cold and being tired, I guess I only dislike these things. But it's close. It's very close, like a gnat's wing. Alright? One thing that really peeves me off in video games is pinpoint accuracy bullshit. And you know what I'm talking about. When you have to do something just right at the exact time, and you might get lucky. If all the planets align and a blue moon is shining on Friday the 13th, you just might be able to make that jump. I had a friend who told me he was interested in doing Mario ROM hacks. He's getting into Let's Playing and actually asked me about what kind of recording software I use, which I should probably put something up on my channel about that just so everybody knows. And they can just go there instead of feeling like they have to send me a message and everything, just out of convenience's sake. Convenience's sake, not convenience sake. Conveniences. The family of convenience. There's Mrs. Convenience, Mr. Convenience. He's a bit of a dork, but he brings home the money. He's a good guy. Then of course there's their son Bobby Convenience. He's in high school right now. He's doing okay. He has dreams of moving on and actually programming video games. I can get behind that dream, definitely. Oh, but then there's their daughter. She's one of those people who goes to Fur Affinity and she claims it's because she's into the art. Yeah, one of those. Boing. You know, as much as I love to show up other people, I really don't feel like attempting... I don't think anybody likes doing what Attacking Toucans was trying to do in the last episode, so you know what? I'm not even gonna try. I'm just gonna go my own way here. You can go your own way. Go your own way. Anyways, what was I talking about? Yeah, I had a friend who was asking me about recording software. I'm sorry that I don't remember your name right off the top of my head. I'll put something in the video or something just to let everybody know that you're a new Let's Player and maybe send some of my subscribers your way. You know, again with the Your Way jokes. I already sang that song, can't do it again. But yeah, thinking about getting into Let's Playing, and the problem was he told me he was thinking about doing a lot of Mario ROM hacks, and I said, well, that's good, once in a while. You really don't want to over-specialize. ROM hackers can be kind of a polarizing group sometimes. If you get people who are watching your channel just for that, they'll never want you to do anything else, and that's a bad position to be in. It's like people who only do Zelda games or only do Minecraft stuff, and admittedly, there are people who have gotten famous for that kind of thing. Problem is, it's only one channel. I mean, it doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how good you are at the commentating or how fantastic you are at playing the game. When people think Minecraft, they're gonna think of the Yogscast. That's something nobody can help. They were the first ones to do it really well, and they're always gonna be the ones to be remembered for it. Proton John was the guy who did Kaizo Mario World, the special stage 1. He was the funniest person at it, and when everybody thinks of Kaizo Mario, they're gonna think of Proton John. It's just one of the... Thankfully, he didn't fall into that rut where he only did those games, and good for him. Good on him for not falling into that trap. I respect you for that, man. But it's just something you really have to be careful of. And it's... I guess you could think of it that way for me, too. Yeah, I'd love to keep doing things that are really obscure, that not everybody has really heard of, but once in a while, you just gotta play a game that means something to you, I guess. You just gotta play a game that you have fond memories of and you really want to do justice in your own way. Oh, come on. How many people does that happen to? You only break about half of the things on top of this guy's head. Once again, I'm glad I'm getting original footage here. I don't like the fact that that footage is wasting my goddamn time. Oh, well. You got all the Gearmos running for their lives. Why is the treadmill still moving if he's dead? This makes no sense. Maybe the brain of the robot was actually in the treadmills. Plot twist. Heavy Metal Mecha Bowser. Well, it was certainly a Mecha Bowser. I don't know what was so heavy metal about him, though. What, is Slayer gonna pop up and start to... You know, I'm sorry. I had a friend who was over here not too long ago. Just for kicks, I was playing Rabbids Go Home. I had rented it from Blockbuster. And there was this one song, I can't remember its name because it's in Spanish. But he just kind of was listening to it in the background and he said, "This is the Slayer of clarinets." And it was pretty funny. You kind of have to listen to the song yourself to get it. I just realized how unintentionally funny that was. I'm playing this really light-hearted sort of a kid-friendly song while this giant skeleton fish is floating around in here. It's a nice juxtaposition there, isn't it? Or, God, am I even using that word correctly? You know, I think I love to compose music. I love to think of, like, songs and everything. I want to make video games, and I want to learn how to draw really well. That's one of the things I'm having trouble with right now, but I've got a whole video that I'm making right now where I actually show you guys the first sprite sheet from Miku's Lullaby, where I address that and talk about that. So look forward to that and learning the details about where I am in terms of it when that goes up. But the one thing I don't think I'm ever going to have trouble with is writing. That is my forte. That is the one thing I know I can do really well. It's just, it comes naturally to me. I can weasel my way out of just about any situation. Like, if I get stuck in a position I don't want to be in, I can always come up with a story to compensate, and I've always been like that. And as a writer, this also contributes to my wacky sort of language, my word choice, trying to come up with new ways to say the same thing. It's just the idea that as a writer, you have to know how to do that. You want to avoid saying the same things over and over again. It's part of keeping your story interesting and your reader engaged. I got slammed by the shark. Anyways, yeah, another reference probably nobody can name. Seriously, I'll give you a shout out next episode if you can tell me what that's actually from. Here, I'll even make it a tad bit easier for you. Nobody likes getting slammed by sharks. I bet sharks don't like getting slammed by shells either, to be totally honest with you. Oh boy, 10 minutes left. I'm just making all kinds of progress here, aren't I? Wouldn't it just be hilarious if you beat the boss with just a little bit of air left, and then you just kind of died? You drown before even getting to the star? Those are the worst. Like, ways you can die even after you've beaten everything. It's kind of like in Mario 3, where you can still fall down the pit even after you've beaten Bowser. Thanks, me. Those were memories you were trying to repress. Ah, boy. Bone fin. What's in Gold Leaf? I forget now. Ah, boy. I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea where I'm going now, or when it rains, it pours. I don't remember this star at all. See, this is the point. This is what I was talking about earlier in the series. You know you've done these things before. You've played through the whole game. It's not like you're gonna pick up a game again after all these years and just kind of quit. You play through the whole thing. So you've played through the later stages just as many times as you have the earlier stages, and yet you have no recollection of the later ones. You have no idea what you're doing. And yet, somehow, everybody seems to forget the older stages more than they do the first ones. Why is that? Is there some kind of psychological reason that happens to us gamers, to human beings in general? It's just weird how that works. Do the first stages kind of just stand out in your mind more? Like, this is another thing that being a developer kind of gives you insight into, and it's something you want to know more about, is the psychology behind video games. Why certain people play certain games, what makes things appealing, and like I said, it doesn't seem that complicated at first, but as long as I feel like I'm making the types of games... Like, I've played games since I was 9 years old, as I've stated before. As long as I'm making the types of games me and the people I know would want to play, as long as I'm making a product I know I would personally pay for myself, then I know I'm in the clear. But you can't, as a person, as a thinker, as somebody who's just fascinated by random shit like that, I can't help but wonder. I can't help but be intrigued by the fact that there is a deeper side to it. That there is something that it is possible that to wrap your head around something much bigger inside something you thought was just so simple and easy. Not so easy anymore now, is it? Wouldn't I still technically be hit by the rain, even though... Oh, whoa, ho, ho. Jeez, man. Easy now. Don't go all crazy on me, boy. Wouldn't those raindrops still hit me? Even though I'm just a little farther down? I mean, rain doesn't just magically evaporate in the air. Poor Mario, this place must be even hotter than Arizona is right now. And believe me, it is scorching here. It's made even worse by the fact that the AC is broken in my car. And no, I am not willing to get it fixed. It's going to set me back $1,500 to do it, and that's more than my 97 Dodge Intrepid is even worth. So, yeah. I'm not getting that AC. I'm just going to ride it out. I have stated before that the heat doesn't really bother me as much as it does other people. But, seriously, when the air in your car is so hot it makes it difficult to breathe, that's bad. That's when you know you've got a problem. Oh boy, now we got an angry mole. I broke your stupid crap, moron. That's another game I've been getting back into. Oh, screw you. That's another game I've been getting back into lately, if only because of the Man vs. Machine update. Listen to me, and listen to me very carefully. Every shooter ever needs co-op in it. No excuses. Every single one. Okay, this should have happened a long time ago. I don't know why. I can never stand PvP in any game. I don't know what my problem with it is. Maybe it's my short temper. Unless somebody's in the room there with me and I can actually, you know, joke around and talk smack and have those moments where one of us pulls an amazing play and we both go, "Oh!" Yeah, it's moments like that that make multiplayer fun. I guess I'm just an old soul, I guess. I need somebody in the room with me if I'm playing against other people. Otherwise, there just doesn't feel like there's a point to it. But I like working with people in games, though. That kind of multiplayer I can really enjoy. But the thing is, I actually also downloaded Source Filmmaker here. And I'm having a ton of fun with that. Not just because, well, you know, I get to toy around with the animation cycles and everything. I can finally put some of these ideas for, like, Gary's Mod movies together that I couldn't actually put together in Gary's Mod because it's too much fucking work. Not that this isn't work, don't get me wrong. It's very hard to give these characters custom animations and to make them look the way you want them to. And don't even get me started. If you think drawing hands is bad, animating them in 3D is infinitely worse. Especially if you're making... Oh, screw you. Especially if you're making the models themselves. I have worked in Maya. That's one of the things I fortunately got to do while I was in college for game design. And, oh, boy. I'm so glad I'm doing 2D games right now. Because let me tell you, if I chose to make Miku's Lullaby into a 3D game, it would never get done. It would never even happen. Just one person trying to make an entire 3D game by themselves. I'm sorry, but that is just not even a thing. Just, no. Objection. Oh god, what am I even doing here? Oh, I see. Aha. Really? I get it. I'm onto you. I'm onto this whole racket. By the way, I like how they also had the foresight to make that a flat plane. That Mario doesn't, like, dip in and out of all of the small little ridges on the screw. That would have been bad, considering how wonky the gravity is in this game. Oh boy, isn't this fun. We get to run around on all these disappearing platforms. Oh, and they twist, too. That's just fantastic. Tread lightly, Mario. Tread very lightly. Oh, boy, jeez. I will admit, though, there are advantages to making a 3D game as opposed to a 2D one. But you have to put yourself into that kind of mindset. See, this is what a lot of people don't get. There's a different thought process to creating a sort of, like, Metroidvania game. I hate using that term. I don't want to pigeonhole my game into that kind of genre. I guess it is that type of thing. You could classify it as a type of game where you go out, you get new abilities, and you use those abilities to get farther into the world, but it's more tied to story and character progression. You're not really searching every single nook and cranny for brand new doodads. Those just kind of come naturally as you go along through the game. Wow, I spent an entire episode just jumping from thought to thought, didn't I? But hey, think about it this way, I've gotten a lot better at it. I find myself not going off on tangents all that much anymore. And hey, I've barely noticed a single occasion where I've been saying a whole lot. I might have actually said it a whole lot, I don't really know. I won't know until editing. 1,000! Oh no. You go get some food stamps. I'm not feeding that habit. Ah, jeez, man. I really feel like I'm progressing. I'm getting I'm getting incrementally better at talking by talking to you guys, or rather, talking to myself. Like, that's another personal thing I have to bring up about this. I feel like I've gotten better at all of this. Like, I go back to my old episodes in Okamiden, and I can't even stand to listen to them. I find my own commentary boring. I mean, if a guy from Retsupre is watching this, I'll even give you ammo. Go there. You will find plenty of things to make fun of. I admit it. Some of those episodes are bad. But this, I like this. There are precious few episodes where you walk away liking what you say, at least in my case. And I've been getting more and more of those lately. This being one of them. And on that note, everybody, I think that's pretty much it for my time here. So, next time on Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy, or Let's Race Super Mario Galaxy, sorry. It's 3 in the morning here. Or rather, that would be 8 p.m. to me, comparison-wise. My sleep schedule is pretty whacked, I must say. Next time on Let's Race Super Mario Galaxy, as if I couldn't stretch out this ending enough, we will be taking on my least favorite star in the entire game. See you then, guys. Freaking hate you.
Snake, what have you done? You created a time paradox.